How do you develop a growth mindset? You know, a lot of people have what's called a fixed mindset, which is where they just don't believe they can grow. They don't believe they can get better. They believe that, nature or their personality or their certain level of talent was kind of God-given and they cannot bust through that. That they are who they are and things will always be the way they are and life can't really be that much improved and they can't get that much better at things. A fixed mindset. Now, the growth mindset has been very popularized by Carol Dweck, who wrote a phenomenal book called Mindset, which is a book, if you haven't read, you definitely should have on your shelf. Great book to read. So how do you develop a greater growth mindset? I'm asked that a lot of times. This isn't from her book. I'll let her work speak for itself. My perspective of how to develop a growth mindset begins with the fundamental number one rule in life, and that is believe in your ability to figure things out. I think that is the ultimate belief in life. That, you know what? I believe that I can figure out how things work and I believe that I can get better. That fundamental structure in our mind that says, I believe in those two things, that I can figure things out and I can get better, enables us for lifelong improvement and growth. But without them, good luck. Because if you take on a task that you don't know how to do, you say, well, I don't know how to do that, so I quit. If you want to be like somebody who you see as a role model, but you don't believe in yourself, you say, I'm not like that, so you quit. So without belief as the underlying element of your own mindset, there's no ability to grow. There's no ability to go anywhere. You have to look at this next stage of your life and say, I believe I can figure it out. If you have a great dream and you don't have any clue how to figure it out, you still go, I believe I can figure it out, which allows you to get up and get to work on Monday and start working towards it. If you don't believe you can figure it out, you don't have any what psychologists call expectancy or even agency, and so you won't begin the journey. But once you believe that you can figure it out and you can do it, then you'll begin. So always believe in your ability to figure things out. The second thing to develop a greater growth mindset is question your assumptions. See, we all assume we are who we are. People say to me, well, Brendon, you're sharing with me that I should go out and share my advice or wisdom with the world, but who am I to do that? And that's an assumption, isn't it? Who am I? As if you're not good enough, as if you're not capable enough, that you're only capable of what you've learned today. I tell people all the time, don't let your current knowledge, skills, and ability box in or narrow down your vision for your future. Because today, what you're capable of today has little to do with what you're capable of or possibly able to achieve in the future. Today is not a good predictor for tomorrow or the next year or 10 years from now. Because think how different you are probably today than you were 10 years ago. How many more things you've learned, how kinder of a person you've become, how more empathetic you have become, how much more just, solid and sure you might be. And if that's not the case for you, imagine a time in your life when you were stronger. Look, we all change, we all can develop, we can all grow, but we need to question the assumptions that limit us. Those ideas that say, oh, well, I'm not capable of that. Question those things that say, well, I'm an introvert, so I can never share my dreams. Question those ideas that say, well, I can't be an entrepreneur, or I can't get promoted. Whatever is coming in your mind that's negative, you need to question that because that's what's preventing you from having a growth mindset. I would say number 3, a hugely important one for developing a long-term growth mindset is to develop your own life curriculum. That is, you should have a set of books and tapes or CDs or audio digital programs or whatever you want to call it. You should be going to seminars. Don't wait for college to give you the curriculum of life. Don't wait for somebody to hand you a report you're supposed to read. Sit down, think, what am I passionate about? What's my dream? And then architect a curriculum to make that dream possible. See, I didn't used to know how to do all the things I know how to do today. I didn't know how to do video. I was scared to speak in public. I didn't have any concept of how do you sell something online. I didn't know how to write a book. All the things that I do today that generate 8 figures per year, I had no idea how to do any of them. None of them, not a single one of them. But instead of saying, well, I don't know how to do that, and stopped, I developed my own curriculum. I said, well, I guess I'm gonna have to learn videography. I guess I'm gonna have to learn adult learning theory so I can teach. I guess I'm gonna have to learn how to publicly speak. I guess I'm gonna have to learn how to persuade people. I'm gonna learn how to build a website, start a business. All these things, I bought books on it, I went to seminars on it. And in pursuing my own passions and dreams with curriculums that I created for myself, my mindset became more open because I realized how much there was to learn. I realized that I could learn it. I realized that I could do it. And if you're not completing curriculum that you've designed in life, then you're just reacting to the world. But once you start designing your own curriculum, what you want to learn, where you want to go, as you design that and implement that, you get stronger. As you get stronger, you're more open to new ideas because you realize that the world's always changing and that you're capable of handling things, that other people's perspectives are okay because your perspectives change over time too. And suddenly you find yourself as a more open person that helps you have an open mindset to change, to growth. I hope that serves. The last piece I'd like to share is that, as you're really seeking to grow, you're gonna have a lot of discouragement. You're gonna have a lot of times when you fail, when things suck, when things aren't going the way that you really wanted to. And all I can share is this: during those times, honor the struggle. If you study any of my work in the last decade, you've seen this as a continual part of everything I believe about a healthy mindset, about a healthy way and approach to life, and that's honor the struggle. When you're struggling and it's difficult and it's just so challenging, don't hate that process. Don't say, this sucks, I quit. Just go, you know what? This is part of the learning journey for me. It's difficult right now, but I honor it because this difficulty is going to strengthen me. This difficulty I will use later on as a tool to be more empathetic to others. This difficulty will help me serve somebody in the future. This difficulty is forging a stronger character within myself to keep going. Honor the struggle. See, people who really have a growth mindset, despite what psychologists often will use that phrase now as so popular, the reality is the key differentiator with those who maintain a growth mindset from my studies in high performance studies, from what I've learned, is very simple. It's that when they get knocked down, they maintain resilience. When they struggle, their habit is to honor that, to say, okay, this is part of the process. And they've honored the struggle so much in their life that every time a new struggle comes up, they're not fighting it, they're not running away, they're not upset, they're like, okay, new challenge to deal with, here we go. Got it, new challenge to deal with, here we go. Got it, new challenge. In other words, they are now able to almost maintain a calm amidst the chaos because when they see hardship, they don't freak out. They go, got it, I can handle it. I believe in my ability to figure these things out. I'll create a curriculum so I can learn through these things. I'm gonna honor the struggle as part of the process for me to grow as an individual and as a leader. Because they maintain all of that, they develop what we call a long-term growth mindset. Because they do all of those things, they get to experience what we call the charged life. Hey, my friend, it's Brendon. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Do me 2 favors. Number 1, subscribe to this channel so that you continue to get updates every time I release new training for you. And number 2, if you would like to get ahead a little faster in life, what I'd like to do is give you my 10 steps to achieving anything 10 times faster. So if you have a big goal, a big dream, a big mission in life, and you just like to achieve it faster, what would you need to do? This is exactly what I keep next to my computer or next to my bed, and every time I have a big dream, a big goal, I open it up and I kind of use this as my checklist to get ahead faster. Because you and I both know if you're gonna be more effective or more productive, or you are gonna achieve your goals and your dreams faster, you're gonna have to switch your perspective a little bit on achievement itself. You're gonna have to adopt new thinking patterns and habits. You're gonna have new daily rituals and habits. And your entire approach to learning and skill development must be better. So in order to help you do that, just go ahead and click the link in this post or go to brendon.com/10x. That's Brendon, BRENDON.com/10X. And you can download this guide for free. Just tell me your name and email. I'm happy to email that to you for free. The same guide I use to achieve any goal or dream faster. Thanks for tuning in. Until I see you next time, go out there every single day of your life, live fully, love openly, and make your difference today.